Welcome to our fermented food series.
So here with the wonderful April Danann. Woo! So April's an amazing fermented food, total expert. In a past life, we reckon you were possibly a witch. At least.
And possibly a bit in this life, who knows?
But remarkable knowledge and experience in fermented foods. And you run a cool market and do workshops, and just amazing lady, all round amazing lady.
So today, right now we're going to do a sauerkraut, a video on how to make sauerkraut. Really simple, rocking, super easy fermented food.
It's a method of preservation. So that's all we're doing, is we're going to preserve our cabbage for the winter by slightly following a little bit of a pickling formulation with a little bit of apple cider vinegar, a little bit of water, and a little bit of salt.
And how does it taste?
And through the process of preservation, it's becoming living, isn't it? It's more than simply just a raw food. It's grown its own organism.
We're going to work with the cabbage, the organisms that are living on the cabbage, because this is alive, teeming with bacteria, which is not a scary thing, and enzymes. So those things are going to help preserve the cabbage and break it down slightly into a different consistency, so that it's really palatable and tastes really lovely.
And super good for you.
Great
for your gut. It's a real good gut food.
Yeah.
First step, you need
a jar of some sort. Now this is a smallish jar. You can use a jar. If you're lucky enough to find a big jar, you want a wide mouth. So as wide as possible.
Wide enough?
That is wide enough. That will do, because we can get a little ladle in there, which is kind of handy. And that's always my test, or a big spoon. So because you want to be able to access your vegetables. You want cabbages. Any kind of cabbage will do. Chinese cabbage, local cabbage is preferred, and organic, because your vegetables are going to be soaking in vinegars and liquids. Whatever is sprayed or touched, whatever's touched this vegetable is going to come out in your end product. So if you can get organic or grow your own,
even better.
Wow.
Even better, absolutely. We're going to use a little bit of salt. We're going to season with some peppercorns. And we've got fresh Ballygowan water that is not treated. And water, I couldn't stress enough. You're going to need spring water to do your ferment, any kind of fermentation. Otherwise, you're going to slow it down or stop the process, or you're going to interfere with the process in some way. So it needs to be clean, untreated water, which this is Ireland, loads of water.
So step one, time to prep your cabbages.
For cutting up your cabbage, a food processor makes this a lot easier, but if you don't have a food processor, not to worry, use a sharp knife and start to cut up your cabbage in small pieces, as small as possible.
So when you get your cabbage and you remove the skin, you know, some of the skin can look a little old and bad, just make sure to hold on to it, because that bit's going to be the bit we're going to compact it down and
stuff it in the
use
top.
as the cap.
Yeah,
yes,
cap.
Exactly,
that's the cap.
to hold your ferment under the liquid, which is very important.
And then we'll always remove the heart of the cabbage. You see, this is the cabbage, this is the heart. We're going to remove that because that takes a long time to ferment. It's a bit too hard.
It is, yeah. So here we are, we've got our cabbage, it's all chopped up, it's mixed up a little bit, ready to go in a big bowl, and then we're going to lightly salt it. I would err on the side of less salt is better. 2 good teaspoons with 2 full heads of cabbage.
And now we're literally going to massage it in.
We're going to massage it.
So I tend to think of sauerkraut as not really it's not really preserving, but more as a health food. I'm more.
But in the beginning, when it was being done, that was probably one of the main ways was to keep cabbages over the winter, was to preserve them. And other vegetables as well, because we didn't have refrigeration. Now we look at it as a health food because our guts are in such a state. So at this step, you can leave this for up to 12 hours if you want, and more liquid will come out of it, or you can go ahead and you can put it in your jar.
So now that our cabbage is cut, beautifully massaged with tender, loving care, it's time to stuff it in the jar. Really simple, we're stuffing it in, and we're using a wooden spoon just to compact it and really help activate our delicious, beautiful cabbage.
We're going to use 1 single clove of garlic, finely chopped, in between these 2 jars, because garlic can be an overpowering flavor or taste, but we want to flavor it just a tiny bit. Garlic is also a preservative, so it's going to add another little element to our sauerkraut, along with our peppercorns, which we're going to put them on the top in this case, but you can actually put them anywhere in the ferment. We just want to put them on the top, and then the flavors will gently infuse through as it ferments. I like to add my own vinegar in this, and as I talk about in our classes that we did at Happy Pear last night, we want to add vinegar to control the ferment. So we're going to tell these little jars where we're going. So just even 2-3 tablespoons. So it's going to encourage specific organisms to grow, so that there's less chance of it going off or going wrong.
If you don't have your own apple cider vinegar that you fermented yourself, you can just use a shop bought one, and ideally get kind of one that has the mother in it. It might sound weird me saying the mother, but once you start exploring the world of fermented foods, the mother is key. Mothers are the best.
So we've put the vinegar in here. We've got our lovely spring water, and we're just going to carefully add water. And we don't want to overfill it because we would have to pour some off. So we're just going to fill it so far, and then we're going to stuff it down, and then we'll see how much more we need.
I'm good at stuffing if you want.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm a good caveman.
There we are. Now let's just press it down again and just see, because more liquid will come out. It'll leach out of the cabbage. So we just want to put enough liquid to cover it, and then we're going to,
right there.
Yeah, that's perfect. We're going to use our leaves to cover the top. This is the easiest way. So we're just going to roll up the leaves and use the leaves as a bit of a plug for the top. This is an anaerobic process. We want all the vegetables under the liquid, and this helps.
That's cool, doesn't it?
It really does.
So if anything is
Beautiful
going to
colours.
So
go
do we
off,
put the lid now?
you can then cover it up.
So that's
Yeah.
it, game on. I can carry that around with me
Showtime.
for 2 months. It looks, even
moldy.
just have that hanging out with you like
Hey, my new friend!
Your new pet. And
So
it's
he'll
fermenting away.
so ideally we'd leave him ferment for 30 days, really.
Ideally, yeah. But you can eat it. It's perfectly edible, wonderful food after 3 or 4 days. It depends on your taste. So if you're,
So the longer you leave it, will it get stronger or will it get
it's
more mild?
actually get mellower, I think. But everyone is different. It's going to go through a lot of changes in those few days. It's depends on the temperature, the humidity, and where you're storing it. Coolish and darkish is probably the best place to, like in a cupboard where it's a little bit cool, out of direct sunlight, obviously.
And if you were to forget it for 6 months, would that still be okay?
It probably would be fine. Yeah,
Perfect,
I'm eating
okay.
lots of sauerkraut a year later or even 2 years later.
Brilliant.
So it depends on your individual taste, what you're looking for.
So this is super healthy gut food. It's
is
brilliant for that.
It is. Yeah, your immune system, it builds you up, and it's great for the winter to stave off those colds and flus and everything else.
Fantastic.
So here's what April brought with her.
Oh my
This
goodness.
is how old
So
is
we
this
want
one
to
now?
take this guy out here.
There's a-
This one is.
So there's the plug.
Yeah, this is the plug, and you can see the peppercorns.
Oh, look at that
there.
for beautiful. Look, can you see that there?
Yeah. And we can even give it a wee stir.
So how long have
bring
you
up
left
stuff.
this one sit?
This one's only about 18 days or so.
18 days, okay.
Yeah. So you can pull up
She's
stuff.
broken
from
down
under.
quite a lot, hasn't it?
It has.
Looks great. You see
Yeah.
the colours there. So this is red cabbage, white cabbage, and an Asian cabbage, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
With a little bit of garlic and peppercorn, similar to what we've done there today. Good.
So it's messy.
I love the bang of the garlic. It's kind of nice and gentle, like a little hug through the whole thing. I love.
Fermentastic.
Wow, there really is that lovely fermentedness. Just
You
serious
can almost
bang
taste
off.
from the Chinese cabbage in here, you can taste a little bit of fennel taste, but there isn't fennel in there. So you're getting
Very
all kinds
good.
of flavors, but lots of pepper. Lots of pepper.
Pepper really comes through.
Beautiful, really rocking. So there you are. That's how to make sauerkraut. Really easy to do and such a wonderful thing to start doing. Great for your own good, for your kids, for your family. Super cheap, genuine health food. April's amazing. Really, absolutely wonderful. Big thumbs up to
Check
April.
her out on all social media channels. April Danann, Rebel Foods. And if you're ever in Skibbereen in West Cork, that's where April has her market stand there. And absolutely, she's an amazing woman. So thank you for watching. Cheers.